everyone. I feel like stamping today and maybe doing some coloring. So I took out my Inktense pencils that I'm going to be using and my Archival ink. This is an ink by Ranger and it is permanent and waterproof. And I'm going to use just a black today. Someone sent me these stamps and this is the first time I'm going to be using them, but they're so summery. One has the fruit and then one has like ice cream cones and lollipops. And I just thought this would be just a really fun thing to do today. I'm going to be working on, this is just like a cotton white muslin. I ripped off some of or just cut off some of the selvage, and I thought that it would be fun to stamp the words on this somehow. My idea is just to make a couple of pouches, and this is going to be the center panel of the pouches, and I'll add fabric to both sides, and I will cut this down after I get done stamping. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start. I do have a couple of blocks here. And I think I'm just going to go across with my design with the words down below. I picked out a couple colors to coordinate with these. My next step is going to be doing some doodling on this. I was kind of going back and forth whether I wanted to do any stitching at all, but I think I am going to. And I'm just going to outline some of these things with black thread. And I'll take you to my sewing machine to do that. But I wanted just to share what I've done so far. I've chosen two colors and I'm hoping to bring out some of these colors when I'm doing my adding my color with my Inktense. So this is what one looks like, and then the back of that one is going to be this. And then for the fruit one, I just chose a pink and a green and did the back kind of similar. And then I've got some lining pieces too that I'm going to line both of these pouches. Setting those aside for a second. And then I was going through my trims. I thought it'd be fun to do a trim, right? Like this is a raw edge right here. I do like the selvage fringe down below, but the top, I think I am going to add just this funny little ball fringe. And then also right where the two join here as well. And then for the pink one, I found this light pink, again, another ball fringe. Both of these have polka dots in them too, so I thought it was pretty fitting. I think I'm just going to stick that right there. I'll sew this on after I get my thread doodling done and after I get all my painting thing or my adding my color. So that is what I'm working on. I did already back these, and this is a fusible fleece that I just stuck on the back of each of the front pieces. And then I just did a little bit of stitching on them, right 1/4 of an inch away from the seams. I'm going to set up this at the sewing machine now with black thread and going to start doing just a little bit of outlining with my free motion stitching. I do have my feed dogs dropped and I have my free motion foot on, black thread on the top, and I have white thread right now on the bobbin. If I see the bobbin thread at all peeking through, I will change that to black. But for now, I'm just going to leave it to white and we'll see how it goes. So my feed dogs, like I said, are dropped, so I'm going to be doing the movement on this. Dropping my presser foot there and then just taking off. I'm going to do a back and forth motion right to start. And then I'll cut this. I'm going to go ahead and do very similar on this one, just by outlining a few places. I think I am going to stitch the word you because that is actually in script. It's not printed, so that'll be easier for me to continue without breaking my thread. So I think I'm going to do a little bit similar to this one. The word sweet was scripted, so I did the free motion stitching on the word sweet and did not on the word life. So I'm going to do the same with this. I'm going to share with you just a close-up here. I did finish this one. I did fill in the cherries as well on this. And then again, I just did the word you. I'm going to do some coloring now. And I've picked out some of my crayons that I feel are the closest. If you're not familiar with the Inktense pencils, they're like a watercolor pencil, only they're ink. And once they're activated or once they're wet, then and dried, then they're permanent. Not foreseeing this to be washed, but it is nice to know that it's not going to disappear on you. My next step then is going to be just really lightly with my pencils, filling in some of the areas. And then I'm going to activate it, and I'm going to activate it with a fabric medium. You can also use water. Some people use like an aloe vera gel. This is a very lightweight cotton, and I'm feeling like it is going to just travel a little bit, but that's okay. It's going to have more of maybe a watercolor look to it. So I'm just going to play around, and I might do something with the background too, just to fill in some of this white. I'm not exactly sure, but let's get started. And you can see that it is traveling outside my stitched line a little bit. It's going to be it's going to be fine. I'm stitching the spall trim on just using my zipper foot. I can get really close to that little top edge. I'm adding zipper tabs to my zippers. And to do that, I do cut my zipper 1 inch shorter than the top of my pouch. And then I create the little tabs, and they're basically 1 inch by 2 inches. And then I fold over both of the ends and press them, and then also in the center. And then I do enclose my zipper, making sure the zipper is all the way to the fold line, and then I'm going to stitch across that. And then I'll do the same to this one, enclose it. This side's a little bit trickier because you do want to keep them together somewhat, and then stitch. I've got my tabs on, and now I'm going to lay my zipper face down, leaving that 1/2 inch on each side, and then placing one of the lining pieces on top, and then I'm going to clip it and stitch it. And you may have to open this up just to get this little thing out of the way. And then clip it in a couple different places. And then I'm going to stitch this taking a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And you just want to make sure all your layers are together up here. Your zipper is in between. I've got one side of my zipper in, and I've top stitched it. And now just do the same thing to the other side, making a sandwich. You do want to make sure your sides are lined up. After I have my front clipped on, then I like to take my lining piece and clip that to the back, and then just reposition my clips. And again, the zipper's in between. I'm going to stitch this 1/4 inch away, making sure that all my layers are at the top. Before I sew up the side, my zipper is open. so I can turn it. Then you bring the lining to one side and the fronts to the other side. And when you get to, you do not stitch through the tab at all. You're going to stitch right, right in the seam allowance, but not in the tab. And I'm going to leave at about, I say is a 6-inch opening on the lining bottom. I'm going to put a couple clips in, especially right at that zipper part. And this is going to get folded towards the lining. Completed one of the little pouches, and I'm to the stage on the other one where I need to turn it right side out. I already boxed the corners on both the face, the outer and the lining, and I just took like 1 inch or so of a box, a small box, and I'm going to trim that first before I turn it right side out. Punching that zipper tab through. Got the corners, and now I'm just going to finish off this opening in the lining just by turning it under, pressing, and then stitching. I'm going to share with you some pictures at the end. I hope you enjoyed this, everybody. Hope it gave you some ideas on stamping and coloring. I hope you have a chance to create this week. Bye.